Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your first look at Shamrock Valley by OxygenDavid. This is a new map coming very, very soon indeed, hopefully. I don't know if it's going to be on console, but definitely to PC. He's going to try and get it on console. This is the house. We're going to have a look around the house first because this is really stunning. He's got some really nice pictures of a train. That is actually the train that's running through the map. We might get to see it. If we don't get to see it, I'm gonna get a bit of footage of the train running through the map later. Plain, lovely living room here with a decent sized TV, radio, phone, some books. No ghost on this map as far as I'm aware. Lovely picture here of a Fergie T20 running through the field ploughing. Nice painting. The grandfather clock in the corner does tick as well, which, if you stand exactly here, will be really annoying for quite a while. And of course, this being one of Oxy's maps, the lights do work. Go through now into the second living room slash study area, I guess. I'm really not sure what to describe this room as. Picture of the Eiffel Tower, picture of Big Ben and the House of Commons in the UK. Still no ghost. I had to actually check that the ghost of Sandy Bay wasn't reappearing here. If you look at the PC here, the lovely little Easter egg of... I don't have my usual mods installed. Shamrock Valley loading up, so that's the loading screen you guys will see when you get into the map. Going through this door here, we arrive into the hallway. There's a staircase up. We'll go up that in a bit. A quite nice view out the door, which I didn't actually show you in the living room here. Yeah, the living room, basically the bottom story of this house in general, just has a rather nice view out the front. But if I go through this door here, it's just a little storage area with a vacuum cleaner. Nice bit of extra detail though. Ooh. I glitched onto something there, I'm not sure what. Through this door you get the kitchen. A couple of cans of Guinness sat on the table. One sideways, which I'm not sure why. Frontier Design mugs, of course. Microwave. All the appliances you'll ever need, and of course, again, the lights work quite nicely. I should point out at this point that I am using Reshade, which does add some lovely, I think I've got them on, I'll find out when we go outside, some lovely blur effects. Here is the dining room, which, there's a dining room table in the kitchen and a dining room. This house apparently has lots of people in it. This is based off a real house in Ireland. Oxy found pictures and stuff of it. Come up here, we get one of the bedrooms and a giant tractor magazine. Out there is the farmyard. Out this window is more farmyard. And going across the hall, we get another study kind of office area overlooking the farmyard. This is, you could probably say this is your office overlooking the farmyard, or Oxy's office as it turns out. So this is the room where the magic happens. Shamrock Valley loading up for him as well. His logo on the wall, and the Frontier Designs logo on the wall as well. Through this door, and yes, every door in the house works. You get another quite large bedroom, probably the master bedroom, because, I mean, just look at the view out the window. Who wouldn't want that to wake up to in the morning? Again, the Fergie painting over there. Here's another potential master bedroom. The lovely little panda and an ensuite. So actually this would probably be the master if it's got an ensuite. And again, lights work. And did I open the... You can open the windows. I have just learned this. You can open the windows, have a look out at the beautiful view. And then through here is just a bathroom. Coming down though, I kind of forgot to show you guys the view out the kitchen window, because this is quite possibly the best view in the house, because it frames up the bay really nicely. let's go out the house. And I always come out this door because I don't know. I'm going to struggle to not do this. I always come out this door because the blurs aren't working at the moment. That view is just unbeatable in Farm Sim. I have not seen anything like this before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a tractor real quick. There should be one nearby. Pickup. We're going to have a bit of a drive around. This is the main yard. Is it the Shamrock? Yes, this is Shamrock Valley Farm itself. If we look at the PDA, I'll bring it up a bit bigger for you guys here. This is the main yard here, Shamrock Valley Farm. Down over here is Brook Farm, which is much, much smaller. If you want a kind of a true Irish yard, Brook is the yard to go to. You'll see this red line around the map here. This is actually the map borders. So inside this red line is the map, outside the red line is not the map. It's very simple. You can see that's a very different kind of map. It's very small and compact. It's unusual. I've not seen anything like this in Farm Sim. There's a placeable area up here in the northeast. Egg cell point down by the shop. And a forest over to the east of the map as well. You can see the majority of the map is kind of based off islands. It's an island hoppy kind of map. Very different indeed. So this here is your main farm, which is also the cow yard. We'll get to the starter equipment towards the end. It is... People were complaining that this yard seemed very open. And I tend to disagree. I think if you've got equipment trying to get through here, you know, trying to get stuff into and out of this shed in particular, it's not that easy. Ooh. And you know, this would be kind of, I would guess, where you want to be storing your slurry equipment and maybe your manure equipment, just to keep the smell away from the house as much as possible. Nice big shed here for storage, another quite big shed in here for storage, and this is also your workshop. Come around the corner here, this is your cow shed right here to the left. Nice big shed, kind of rusted, kind of a bit dilapidated, like all sheds in Ireland are. Here to the right you get kind of a main storage kind of area. Two sheds facing each other, a third one here at the bottom with some equipment in. And a fourth beside the grain store, just up here, that you can keep even more equipment in. Not too much storage, not too little storage, I think. Out there is a field that you kind of can start off with if you really want to. Silage is going to be a big thing on this map, I think, for a lot of people. Going down here then, you have the house to the right, and then the major shed. This is the biggest shed on the map. So this is where you're going to be wanting to store your super big equipment. It's big and empty right now, but you can store lots of equipment or lots of crop in there. And this being Ireland and an Irish map, you're going to want a big silage pit at the main yard, or at the cow yard, for all of your silage needs. So let's go out onto the roads and have a look down through the map. You can see immediately the roads are not what you're used to maybe from the British map side of things. If you're more used to British maps and seeing the British roads, these are the Irish style, with the dotted yellow lines on the side and the white line down the middle. Let's just cross the road here while the Farm Sim traffic has a bit of a confusion. Here's the placeable area, which you might notice there's a sign in front of it because it's buyable. It costs you 100 grand to get the placeable area, and then you can place stuff in it and build up whatever yard you kind of want up here. Big yard, small yard, pig food mixer, cow food mixer, whatever you want up here. Come down the road here, and up that road is field 1, which is one of your starter fields. You start off with fields, I don't know which fields, 1, 6, 7, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 38. So you start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields, one of which is quite out of the way. And they're all quite small. You might notice that this map is very kind of cramped feeling. All of the signs are, as you would see in Ireland, 50 kilometers an hour, not 30 miles an hour. We're 1 mile from Donegal, well, 1 kilometre from Donegal, 3 kilometres from Limerick. Apparently the locals have found a shortcut. And, of course, Fáilte Goglan Shamrock. Welcome to Shamrock Valley. Here is, actually I'm going to backtrack a small bit because I missed a bit here. Here's Gypsy Hill Stores. This is going to be one of the main sell points on the map. If I open it up, we are right up... Where are we? I've lost myself here. We're up here. The shop and sheep are nearby. And you can see the sell points are Gypsy Hill Stores, Malone's Farm Shop, the Garden Centre, the Sawmill, BGA, What's the Story in Balamory Stores, the Spinnery, I'm not going to call it anything but What's the Story in Balamory Stores, I'm sorry Oxy, and Scatterbrook Farms Barn. And there's a whole lot going on here at once. It's very heavily cluttered. People who want clutter in an Irish map, you have clutter in droves here. People who want tight yards and Irish maps, just wait until you see Scatterbrook Farm. Like, you might not like Shamrock Valley Farm, you'll like Scatterbrook, I promise. So that's Gypsy Hill Stores. Coming in here to the shop, there's John Deere's everywhere. It's a John Deere dealership, RBM Agricultural Limited. If you want to manually buy equipment, you do have to go in through the shop doors here. And use that trigger there, and you might notice the buy point is, or the vehicle sell point is missing. It's actually not. It's hidden behind a door. It's hidden in there in that shed. People are gonna wonder where it is. It's right there. Big blue door that's shiny. Use it. And of course, the most controversial Tesco in Farming Simulator history is right beside the shop. The small 24-hour Tesco with the fuel station at the front. Going down this road a bit farther, we get to the main town, or the village. That's a barbed wire fence. Where's the entrance here? There we go. If I pull in here, you have the pub, which, if I get close enough, hopefully this isn't copyright music, there is no jig playing. Oh, I was over here yesterday and there was a jig playing while I was looking at stuff. But you can hear the people milling away in the pub. There's the egg sell point as well. There's the jig. That's more of a reel, but a bit of Irish music playing. More Guinness. More cans of Guinness stacked outside the pub, of course. And if I come over here, this is something that I'm particularly proud of. The telephone box is actually correct. It may... For those of you that have never been to Ireland, yes, this is just a British telephone booth that's been reskinned green. And the word telephone has been changed from telephone in English to telephone in Irish. It may look silly to you from the UK. This is what we did. And I think there's a post box here. There's a post box somewhere on the map as well. And it is a British post box that's just been painted green. Some of you from the UK might be thinking, oh, Oxy got lazy and just retextured that. No, Ireland got lazy and we just painted over the red. All of the telephone booths in Ireland and post boxes. Is that... I'm sure I saw a post box somewhere. They're all just the old British ones that we've repainted green. So, yeah, Ireland is a bit of a strange country. We stole everything and decided it was ours. And, oh good lord, the Lucky Leprechaun Irish pub open daily from 11 AM till the wee hours. Housebrewed Irish Ale. Interesting. You might notice, by the way, that the T-junctions, I'm going to just point out a small limitation of the roads Oxy uses. By way of excuse for Oxy here. You might notice the T-junctions do have the white lines that are more common on British roads instead of the dotted lines along the sides here. Whereas the top end there is fine and kind of the normal dashed lines. That's because if you retexture this line here, or this line here, that triangle also gets retextured. The yield triangle retextures with the lines, so that's a limitation of the road pack. Kind of an intentional error on the map of sorts. Over here you got a lovely little playground. If I bring up the PDA map again, there we go. We'll just head up this road a small bit to the edge of the map so you can see what the map edge looks like. Looks like we've got some travelers or gypsies there potentially, or maybe they've just abandoned their old caravan. Because up here is one of my favourite roads on the map. So this right here is the map boundary. Not that you'd know it, but the map ends here and it just goes off into oblivion. But if you go down this road, is it this one that I like or is it the other one? Oh no, this is the one that this is very similar to a road near me. That, by the way, to the left is Field 3. This road is very similar to one near me. Because I live near some mountains and they're forestry mountains, so driving down this road is very similar to roads up near me. It's almost identical, maybe like because it's farm sim, less trees. But they're just these logging roads that are kind of up and down, just following the land because it doesn't really matter too much for the logging. And yeah, a bit chaotic. Continuing along here though, you get some lovely cliffs. You get to drive along the cliffs. And what I think is the best view on the map, from right up here. Actually no, it's Field 8 has the best view. I apologize, I've passed the best view. I'm so sorry everybody. Because if I come up here and look kind of in this direction, you get to see the lighthouse, the bay, the town below, the port, all the fields. Of course, playing some of these fields, you will really feel like you're blending into the map and that it's maybe not a map. Coming down this road though, we'll turn down by fields 9, 10 and 12. And we're actually going to turn off the road in a second as I go off-road and flip over some humpy bumps that would, in reality, probably kill me. This area reminds me of a road near me that is somehow not claiming lives daily. But if I come down here, we'll get to the castle. Because there's something I am particularly fond of at the castle. Dave's set up his tasty burger stall again. He seems to have this just... I don't know why he keeps moving this around. Just seems like wherever we go, his burger stall is there waiting for us. He's very opportunistic, as David. Very clever. Well, this is, and I'm not even sure how to pronounce this castle name, Dunluce Castle. I think it's Dunluce. So across this bridge, you can kind of see it in the distance here, but I'm going to go into the castle and show you my personal favourite bit of the map because I've not seen it on any other maps. Yeah. The Irish tricolour flying proudly on the map. I'm a bit annoyed that it's just buried away in the castle, so I might do some edits once the map is out and bring it out front and centre. But you can come in here to see it if you want, I guess. There are gold nuggets on the map. I haven't actually checked if there are missions. I wouldn't be too surprised if there are. I wouldn't be surprised at all if there are. It's Oxy. We all know that his standards are high. I know that it's rare that I actually drive around. For those of you that are used to watching my videos, it's rare that I drive around with the blurs activated and reshade, but I feel like they kind of show off the map to the limits of how good it can look. So if you don't have reshade, the map will look slightly different to you. You're probably better off watching LandyKid's video to get a better idea of how it's going to look for you. If you do have reshade, or you just want to look at the game looking as pretty as it can, well, this is pretty damn close, honestly. That railway bridge, oh my god. I'm sorry, I've just had a flashback. There is in County Cork a railway bridge eerily similar to that one. And we used to have to pass it every year going down on summer holidays. That's... wow. Okay. Up here is Scatterbrook Sawmill. So we'll take a bit of a detour and show off the sawmill real quick for anybody who wants to have a look around this. Again, full of clutter, full of mess and destruction, because Irish people just don't know how to be tidy, it seems. You know, logs everywhere, a gold nugget just left on the ground there, some piles of sawdust that probably wouldn't be left outside because it'll rain in 5 minutes and they'll get destroyed. Logs able to come up from the river, you know, sell point that's actually filled overly with sawdust because nobody bothered to brush it down. Just bits and bobs thrown kind of everywhere in a haphazard manner is Ireland in a nutshell. And that's coming from me. But let's head down to the mart and the port area and show that off. We'll get up to Scatterbrook Farm very soon, but we're already pretty much at the port, so let's show it off. Lovely roundabout here to get in, as I completely screw up the exit and end up going the wrong way. Here's Ballymorey Stores and the BGA. So if you come in and you take an immediate left, here's the BGA. You got a fuel trigger here, your slurry trigger for the BGA, two decent sized silos, a weighbridge that is different to ones that I've seen before. That's interesting. And of course your BGA bunker, the actual digester. In here is which sell point is this one? That was 8 I just pressed. This is the spinnery where you sell your wool. You can buy some fertilizer, possibly water here, and seeds. I guess fertilizer then, if there's also the seed sell or buy point nearby. And over here is the What's the Story in Ballymorey Stores. Looking out over the sea, and you can you know, drive around the port a bit and have a bit of an explore if you really want to. You can jump onto that freighter or possibly oil tank. I'm gonna go with freighter because I feel like that's a bit more likely. But you can hop on and have a walk around that. And of course that's the very edge of the map as well. If you come out here, I'm gonna show you the map boundary towards the town because it's actually kind of impressive what Oxy's done. I saw this the first time and was confused by why I couldn't, you know, drive down that road. Because you're driving along, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di, stop. That's the edge of the map. That's it, that's where the map ends. This is a lovely little village that you can't get to, which in a way is kind of frustrating. But it's really nice that, you know, you wouldn't really need to get there if you're working these farms. And I just want to point out that I've never seen some of this stuff happen before. That's different. Where's Scatterbrook Farms in relation to where I am? Oh, I need to show off the farm shop as well. I need to show off Malone's and the garden centre. I should point out there might still be a few rough edges that you see. The map is still in testing. It's not 100% ready to go. Here's Malone's farm shop with Oxy. I hate you for that leprechaun hat. I really do. I'm not going to opening hours 8 AM to see. Oh, it's closed. Hang on. It's not 8 AM yet. I can't get in. I'm going to vault the fence while I wait for the gate to open. So here you can buy fertilizer and seeds. You can break into the... That's different. Break into that. You can sell your manure here, presumably. Nope, you can sell grain here. You can sell manure over here. You don't want to be dumping manure into this one. And you can buy probably more fertilizer over here. There's the gate opening at 8 o'clock on the dot. So there is a timer script on those gates that I didn't know about. That's Scatterbrook Farm down there, so that's... can I get to it from this road? I can get to it from this road. Fantastic. Detour, because I found a laneway. Yeah, this is one of the lanes on the map. You're going to have fun trying to get big equipment around. This is very much a map for maybe some older equipment. You know, kind of 90s stuff. If you want my recommendation on tractors, you're going to want 200 horsepower or less. Combines, 6 meters really. Headers is pretty much all you'll need. You know, 14, 20 foot headers, that's more or less perfect. If we go in here, we have Scatterbrook Farm, which Oxy's shown pictures from, I think, this kind of angle before of the yard. Let's open the gate slowly but surely and shut up. Head on in. You've got the chickens of annoyance here. I'm just going to run over as many as I can getting through here. You can pass through this little archway kind of place here. And this is where your pigs live. So you got your manure bunker here for the pigs. You got your pigs living in... How do you get into the shed? In this shed here. You can, of course, turn on the lights for them. Shed a bit of light on the situation. Here's the actual pig pen. And I want to say that's the water trough. This has been fixed, by the way. Some of these things, this little train bit has been fixed. I pointed it out to Oxy yesterday. It has been fixed in the newer version of the map that Oxy hasn't given out yet. So I'm just going to look at this from this angle. Here's the Slurry Lagoon. Like I said, there's some rough edges on this specific version. Because it's the version myself and Landy were testing last night and just throwing some stuff at Oxy to fix. And you've got another, I think, bit of grain storage over here. Yes. So it's not actually a sell point, it's just the secondary storage is over here. Of course, fertilizer and seeds are buyable at this yard as well, and a lovely little, nice little shed. So if you want to go traditional Irish farmer, you're probably going to be working yourself out of Scatterbrook Farm as opposed to Shamrock Valley Farm. I'm going to counter before anybody says, oh, Shamrock Valley Farm, the main yard is way too big for an Irish map. It's not realistic at all. Well, it is. It's just that, and I'll be honest, farms like Scatterbrook are kind of becoming less and less as those farmers go out of business because there's not enough money. There's a resident donkey, by the way. Dara the donkey, as I've decided to name him. I'm sure Landy will call him something else. There's Dara. And yes, this is the road I wanted over here. Because there are other bits and pieces around the map that are really nice, but I'm just going to drive down this road for a bit. And those of you that are Irish can revel in the stone wall, the little white house up in the distance, the fox running along trying to get killed, as foxes are wont to do in Ireland. I'm almost surprised it's not a badger. There's a couple of birds sat by the riverside. I think they're both swans, maybe geese. I can never tell the difference between them. I'm really bad at telling the difference between swans and geese. There's a little probably an old farm cottage, I would guess, from back in the day. And here's where this map suddenly becomes truly Irish. You've got about a foot of clearance either side, and it's just giant hedges. Ireland in a nutshell. For those of you who have never been, or maybe never wanted to come here, maybe you do want to come and you want to experience it in Farm Sim. This is, yeah, this road here by Field 33, Ireland in a nutshell. So there are, I think, 40-ish fields on the map, 38 fields, of which you own 7 at the start. And they're all quite small, all different shapes and sizes. I think the bigger fields are actually grass, which is interesting. And of course, this being FS17, you can, of course, cultivate and plough the fields to make them arable if you want to go for more of an arable yard. That sunrise is stunning. Just the reflection in the river there as we... Oh, it's the sunset. I've left time at 120 times. Nuts. But yeah, you can kind of see a whole lot on this map that you normally wouldn't get to see without coming to Ireland. Lovely little stream coming down the mountain there. Thought there was a hole in the map for a second. I realised, hang on, that should be a stream. Yes, stream coming down, feeding into, I would guess, the river. Yeah, through some furlocks. I think that's what they're called. Some old ruins of what used to be a farmhouse, but has long since not been a farmhouse. And by the way, the reason that I'm turning around right here is because this is the edge of the map again, I think. Oh no, there's still quite a bit to go to the edge of the map. Let's go and investigate this map edge, because I don't think I've been up this far yet. Is this the edge of the map? Yes, this is the edge of the map. Because I can't go any further. You can see the wheels spinning, but nothing's happening. So let's get down to the starter equipment. What is Oxy giving you to start with? Well, there's obviously the pickup, because this is a new save for me. I've got a testing save on the go, but this is a new save for me. So you got the pickup. You have a Massey Ferguson MF5600. The drop nose. People who hate the drop nose will hate this. A mower right beside the drop nose. If I tab over to this, an 8340, which is about right for Ireland. A TC590. In here you've got a mower. Yes, 2 mowers. Plough, 2 front weights. Can't remember where the combine header's actually parked up. Is it in here? The combine header's somewhere. Where? Because I swapped out a lot of the equipment. The combine header is not in over here. There's nothing in over there. Oh, it's in. Yeah, it's in over here, isn't it? By the rest of the equipment, because you only start off with the 2 tractors, combine, and this bunch of equipment here. The 14-foot header for the combine, header trailer, AgroLiner trailer, a Great Plains seeder, and the Rollbit 150 for all of your silaging needs. And that's it. That's all you're starting with on this map. It's I think Oxy might change it. You know, some of these things are subject to change. This is consider this a beta version of the map. This is still in testing. There are still some problems with the map as it stands. This specific version. By the time you guys get it, there won't be any. So some small things might change, but by and large, this is the map you'll get once it releases. And take it from me, I think the people who know me and who know this channel know that I'm very cynical when it comes to Irish maps. So I'm going to give this map a 3-word review. It feels Irish. It's an Irish map. It's about right. I'll be honest. You know, I've been helping Oxy with this, giving him tips and pointers on the Irish things. But this is an Irish map. It kind of captures the essence of Ireland. It's not based anywhere in Ireland. It's not, you know, a Kerry map or a Cork map or a Tipperary map or a Dublin map or a Wexford map or a Wicklow map or a Louth map. It's wherever you want it to be, as long as there's a bay and a river and some islands. So, where do you want this map to be, guys? Where is it for you? It is the Republic of Ireland, obviously, with the signs for Limerick and Donegal. There is also a sign for Galway somewhere, and I can't remember where it is. I think you're 4 or 5 kilometers from Galway on this map, so you're in a very, very small island called Ireland. I'm kind of annoyed the blooming train hasn't come through. because it's really nice. The steam train on this map is stunning. Please come through, train. Please. Because you look really nice. Please be nice to me. Or like, wait till daylight? Maybe. Let's sit here until the train comes through. But until then, I'll leave you by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching the Shamrock Valley first look, I guess. By OxygenDavid. Coming soon to a farm sim near you. You need to download this map if you want a good Irish map. Just seriously. Best Irish map I've ever seen. Until next time, stay safe. And goodbye. So I reloaded the game because I realized the train, all the animations loop at the beginning of the game. So this is the train. I also installed Creator Tools so I could get down here like straight away. That is a beautiful machine. It's old Ear Nor Air in stock. That is legitimately an old train that used to run in Ireland. Let's just catch up with it here. Yeah. Over the barbed wire. This is a model of a train that actually used to run in Ireland, so Oxy is... I'm fairly sure that's also the number of the train. Can I get this to be like nice to me and behave? Is it a 461, model 461 train? Yeah, that used to run in Ireland in the 60s. And I actually went to all the trouble to reload the game and get this train running just so you guys could see that. So yeah.